Thank you so much for joining us tonight on NEA Report. It's good to have you in with us on what is not a very beautiful day across Northeast Arkansas, at least not under the traditional definitions of the term beautiful, because we're looking at yet another day with rainfall and maybe some thunderstorms too rolling into Northeast Arkansas. We're going to be watching that closely this afternoon and into the evening hours as well. If the severe stuff breaks out, we'll try to break in and let you know on your phone at least, so that you'll have a source of information if you can't get to a TV or watch the professional guys, right? So we're going to be watching the storms this afternoon. We've got some news to tell you about as well, lots of news, including out of Paragould, where a man is under arrest and another person dead. It's a relative that's under arrest for the death. And the information seems to have came from some type of fight with weapons yesterday afternoon. We're going to go through the entire probable cause affidavit, tell you everything we know about this disturbing story coming up. Also, more information on some other crimes. We're also going to be telling you about some community events that are happening across Northeast Arkansas, and lots more. That's all next on NEA Report. Thank you so much for joining us and spending your time with us. We'll make it worthwhile. Let's begin. We begin tonight in Paragould, where one man is under arrest, another is dead, in a disturbing story that apparently began as a call about a weapons fight yesterday afternoon in Paragould. In fact, exclusive to NEA Report, I spoke with one of the nearby residents who said that her child was just getting off the bus as police cars were around the area. And that fits with the timeline, because based on what we're finding out from authorities, and this is all at NEAReport.com, it began at 4:27 p.m. At least their involvement began as they were contacted then and told about a fight that involved weapons. I'll give you the full details as we know them right now. Again, this is at NEAReport.com, and the photo you're looking at is of the suspect, Frank D. Prejean, 51, of Paragould, who was arrested Monday afternoon on preliminary charges of murder in the first degree, battery in the second degree. As we mentioned, it was about 4:30 yesterday afternoon when officers responded to a fight involving weapons at Pecan Grove in Paragould. That's from Sergeant Jack Haley with the Paragould Police Department, who contacted NEA Report to give us the info. The probable cause affidavit says officers arrived and found Prejean in the middle of the road near his car with the driver's door open. And in the floorboard of the car, partially under the front seat, was a large knife. Also at the scene, a male family member. I'm told it was his son. We're still trying to verify all of the details about that, but I was told the male family member had been stabbed. With him was his sister, who was injured because she was hit in the head with a cane hard enough to bust her open, with a 1.5-inch laceration behind her ear. The injured man, the injured party, it says, was transported by ambulance to the Arkansas Methodist Medical Center for treatment, and he later died due to his injuries. The affidavit says that a witness watched the entire thing transpire and said that there was some type of fight where Prejean hit the male victim several times with a cane, and then, according to the witness, stabbed him. The witness said that Prejean then, after that happened, the female ran toward him, and then he hit her in the head with a large walking cane. As of last check, he was being held in the Greene County Detention Center on no bond right now. We'll take a look at this video. We want to show you this again. We first showed you this yesterday, but while we're on the subject of talking about Paragould, it seems to show a suspect attempt to break into a vehicle. This guy's wearing a hood. It appears like he's wearing glasses. He's wearing a white or light-colored t-shirt with a light-colored hood and light-colored pants. It could be khaki-colored. It's tough to say because it's black and white, but it does seem like the guy's wearing glasses, because you'll see as he begins to turn around here. I want to show you this real fast. Bam. You can actually see the light glare off of what seems to be the glasses. Let me actually show you this full screen. See there? The suspect appears like he's wearing black framed glasses. That's what it appears to seem like, at least in that video. But this guy was in Paragould, where he attempted to break into a vehicle. He failed, and then he's seen walking off there. If you have any idea of who this may be, please contact Paragould Police Department or contact authorities in your jurisdiction if you think he may live there. I'm sure they would love to know that there's a suspect running around their jurisdiction with this kind of clothing and items to hide his face while he's, going from door to door looking to do trouble. It's time now for a look at your New Wave Wireless weather forecast, home of the $49 iPhone screen repair. So, it's radar that's full of the green stuff right now. It's all across the northwestern and north central Arkansas and headed to northeast Arkansas. In fact, a couple of counties already seeing a few showers this afternoon. We are watching for the potential for severe weather to roll around. It has the potential to show up tonight, but it's not exactly what we're expecting to see. Home of the $49 iPhone screen repair. It's your New Wave 5-day forecast. And yes, showers and thunderstorms are possible tonight with a low around 54 and a breezy evening too. Maybe up to 2 inches of rain could fall. Wednesday showers, a high near 62. Thursday, it looks like more showers are on the way with cloudy skies and a high around 60. Thankfully, Friday, most of the showers will begin to chill out. Actually, Thursday night's when they're going to start to taper off. Friday, a slight chance for showers and mostly sunny skies. A high near 60, a little bit cooler. Saturday, 20% chance of showers in the afternoon with mostly sunny skies and a high near 63. And even though it's not in the 5-day forecast, I just want to jump ahead because, yes, the shower chances increase Sunday and into Monday. We might be seeing even more possibilities for those on the way. Right now in northeast Arkansas and in Jonesboro specifically, it's about 70 degrees with mostly cloudy skies, but it is breezy. And we do have a wind advisory that's in effect. It's going to last until 5 p.m. tonight. Just want to let everybody know. It says light unsecured outdoor items will be vulnerable to the wind. In addition, travelers on east to west roadways will find difficulty driving at times, especially high-profile vehicles, SUVs, and things of that nature. Be careful if you're out and about driving today. Some photos now from Facebook taken by Angie Freeman that show a school bus, a Manila school bus that wrecked this morning. It actually sent 2 kids to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, thankfully. And the wreck itself is under investigation. It's tough to tell what happened, but the photos show it looks like a bumpy ride, to say the least. There's the bus. It ended up in a ditch. It appears like next to a field. As I mentioned to you, the superintendent told me that it's under investigation by the school. They're trying to find out exactly what happened. 2 students taken to the hospital, non-life-threatening injuries. Fortunately, nothing serious come of that, and all the people involved expected to be back at school this week, according to Castor, she said. I did ask her how many of the kids asked to try to get out of school due to the wreck, because if I would have been in that wreck, that's probably the number one thing I would have been thinking about. And she said that all the kids' parents were allowed to come pick them up today if they wanted. She said one kid asked if they could get out for the entire semester. Nice try. The answer was no. Happening tonight at Williams Baptist, soon-to-be University, Rex Nelson will be speaking. The senior editor for the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette is the latest Vaughn lectureship speaker that's going to be gracing the halls there of the institution. He is the senior editor of the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, and he was actually scheduled to speak in February, but winter weather went crazy, and so we had to reschedule it. Tonight, 7 o'clock at the Mabee Student Center on the Williams campus. He's going to be speaking, and you can find out more about that at neareport.com. Coming up after the break, fake Facebook accounts. Have you ever gotten a friend ad from one of them? Why is it so hard for Facebook to figure these out? Even whenever a user reports it, and it's clear as day that it's fake, it still seems like some of their techs have a hard time figuring out the website that they work for. We're going to talk about that next. And opioids and how it could be billions of dollars, not millions, billions, for the state of Arkansas and other municipalities that are trying to go after the drug manufacturers. It's all next on NEA Report.
If you're a business owner, gaining new customers and retaining them is your top priority and biggest hurdle. Today, 85% of customers search online or look for you on social media. Do you have an effective strategy to reach them? At Ace One, we will customize a digital marketing strategy comprising of social media, web, and video marketing that fits your budget. Our dedicated account managers will work with you to create engaging campaigns, covering all digital media outlets. Ace One, your partner in digital marketing. Contact us today.
Haley Norris, realtor. Should I make my hair go like this? Whether you need to buy, sell, or lease. Haley, can I use my hands? Or is that, where are my hands? Where do they go?
Just say,
Haley.
Just like Haley.
Whether you need my expertise. Haley Norris, realtor. Or even do a commercial lease. Haley Norris, realtor. Should I say Remax Real Estate Center or no? Is that too salesy?
No, that's it.
My average days on market is just 50 days. You need my expertise. And that means I'm putting more money back in your pocket.
All right, guys, I've got a question. If you got a friend request from this person, would you accept it? Or would you take a second to take a look at them and see if they were a real person? Because that's what I did. I get friend requests all the time from people that aren't real, the bot accounts, and this one wasn't real. And you can see in the photo why that I knew that. It's very obvious to anybody that's dealt with this. But if you've never dealt with the problem before, I'll run through it and tell you real fast some of the stuff. To begin with, the name is Sebastian Nikolov, which doesn't sound like a name you would hear in Jonesboro, Arkansas, not native to it. And so I know I probably don't know this person, but we have an international town with folks from all abroad, so I took a second look and then noticed the question, are you my dream lover? Much love here. And it's a link to some porn website or some webcam thing or something I'll never click because I don't like viruses on my computer. And there's another profile photo that was uploaded, and this was all at the same exact time on March 23rd. That's the only stuff on this page. Then there's lots of other nonsense. That's it. There's stuff like she was born in 1990. Not true. Is this post from 1990? Clearly there's not been any since that time because Facebook wasn't around. It's a phony account, right? We figured it out pretty fast, pretty simply. So we reported it to Facebook. But Facebook has a serious problem. For some reason, their techs can't even look at a fake account that's an obvious one like that and figure out it isn't real. And that's maybe one of the issues. The company is completely inept, but they seem to be coming across in these interviews like that they know what they're doing. I hope that Congress does realize how dangerously run this organization is. And I'm going to give you just one example of how inept they are, and I think it's willfully inept. Because every time they delete an account that's a fake one, their numbers, right, go down. They can't say they have 2 point whatever billion users if half the accounts that are fake accounts, and they have to delete them. I reported this account for not being real. They said, thank you for the report. You did the right thing. We looked at it and realized it doesn't go against one of our specific community standards. That's what they said. Again, this was a report for somebody pretending to be someone they're not. Pretty sure a guy name, which is Sebastian, was not given to this girl at birth. Pretty sure this girl has no idea this account exists. And there are millions of these. And I get a handful of them every day. And I report them every day. And 2 times out of 3, Facebook doesn't realize they're a fake account. Even when it's so painfully obvious, the only thing it's missing is something that says fake account on the front of it. Could be an issue. If we're going to have people pretending to be who they're not online, which last time I checked can be a crime, then maybe the company that's allowing them to do it and not even trying to stop them should be a little more responsible. And if they're going to be involved in selling advertisements for our elections, well, there has to be some standard of behavior that comes into play in there somewhere. A story today from Talk Business says it could be billions that governments are seeking to recover from the opioid companies after an Arkansas group of cities and counties filed a lawsuit in Crittenden County. And now that comment seems to have gained some of the attention of those across Northeast Arkansas, too. Let's talk about that right now. It's Talk Business and Politics that did this story, talkbusiness.net. 4 law firms hired as outside counsel, and I guarantee you've heard one of them, Arkansas-based Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton. Also, Reddick Moss out of Little Rock, Wiley Rommel out of Texarkana, Texas, and Birmingham-based Corey Watson attorneys. Outside counsels will be awarded 21% of the judgment, according to Jerome Tapley with the Corey Watson firm. So if it's only $1 billion and they're talking about billions, then that means $200 million of that money is going to the law firms. Hey, that's how it goes. It says that the plaintiffs are trying to determine the cost still, of course, and that it's not all certain yet. They're not all sure exactly how it's going to go, but it's been filed in Circuit Court of Crittenden County. That happened on March 19th. 72 Arkansas counties, 210 cities. The only counties not participating, just so you know, are Pulaski, that's Little Rock, Jefferson, and Drew. The state of Arkansas is a plaintiff through the 2nd Judicial District prosecuting attorney Scott Ellington. 65 defendants include manufacturers, 3 wholesale distributors that control the market, 5 retail operations, 5 physician defendants. The filing, the complainant seeks a jury trial, it says in the story. It says the defendants were chosen because they're most at fault for creating the opioid crisis and the ones that were involved in adverse actions by the state and federal governments. As far as the timeline, they said the attorneys will start litigating with hopes of obtaining a settlement or a judgment in 2 or less years. But if you haven't seen it yet, or if you haven't researched it, there's a lot of useful information about the opioid crisis. There's actually some documentary stuff on Netflix that you might be interested in checking out. But what is the general gist of it is that these companies manufactured and marketed opioids as non-addictive, non-habit forming. And that was not true. And evidence indicates that they knew it was not true. But look at the damage it's caused to our country and our lives. Many people's lives destroyed by these harmful drugs under a guise of it not being habit forming. Now that we know more information, obviously prescribing them to people that it is needed for is different. Yes, there are people that need opioids, but they need them prescribed to them with the correct information from the manufacturer, which seemed to be lacking, at least as this began. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes. This could be the modern day settlement with the cigarette manufacturers that we kind of all remember back in the 90s. There's a great event that's coming up on May 5th. It's called High on Fishing, Not Drugs. It's a free youth fishing derby that's going to be taking place at Craighead Forest Park Saturday, May 5th at 9 a.m. And you got to start making plans for it because it's going to be a blast. It's a free event that's open to all youth, and all are welcome and encouraged to attend. Come on out. Meet the different folks, the officers of the community, the different members of the community. You can get out and enjoy all kinds of fun at Craighead Forest Park. Join the Jonesboro Elks Lodge 498 at Pavilion 5 at Craighead Forest Park. That's during National Youth Week, and the easy way to remember the day that it's going to happen, well, it's the day after Star Wars Day. That's May the 4th, you know. May the 4th be with you. So for the non-nerds that have abandoned us, I understand, but for those of you who are still with us, there's going to be food, fishing, fun, prizes, and the drug awareness trailer will, it's all going to be there. And there's a Facebook event that you can find out more information about right now. Take a look at this. All you got to do is say, hey, bam, I'm going. And you'll be set. It'll remind you about it too. That's coming up on May the 5th. This week, a neat opportunity exists for you to get out and support local artists. We're talking about Local Works 8. It's happening Thursday night at Cregan's downtown on Main Street in Jonesboro. From 8 p.m. to midnight, artwork from local names will be on display, and a variety of mediums and styles are going to be showcased as well. I've taken a look at some of the stuff that's going to be shown. Absolutely incredible. It's going to blow your mind that this stuff is made here at home. And not only can you support local artists by attending, you can even take home some of your favorite art as well. There's going to be music starting at 9 p.m. with Los Continentals. It's a $5 entry fee that includes artwork, live music, up bar, and a ticket redeemable for 1 glass of house wine, no subs, with an ID. But you got to be at least 18 and over in order to even think about getting in. And if you want to find out more information, by the way, this story that you're looking at right there, that is at neareport.com. Just head there and check it out. Well, add this to your community calendar. The City of Walnut Ridge's Easter egg hunt is going on this weekend. It's March 31st, 10 a.m. at Stewart Park with 3 age groups. You can see them right there. We're talking about ages 0 to 4, 5 to 7, and 8 to 10. That's including prizes in each age group, right? It's going to be a ton of fun out there with a grand prize in each group, too. And all participants, well, you got to bring your own baskets, because there's going to be over 2,500 eggs. 2,500 eggs! That's a lot of eggs. For more information, contact the Walnut Ridge City Hall. By the way, thanks to the Walnut Ridge City Facebook page, as we borrowed this beautiful graphic from them to tell you about the Easter egg hunt. One final check of your forecast before we head out the door on NEA Report, as it's about 70 degrees outside. You can hear the wind howling, maybe even through the microphone at times during the broadcast today. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms possible, a low around 54, breezy all evening long, and 1 to 2 inches of rain could fall tonight. Going to be a wet evening, to say the least. And tomorrow it's going to continue with showers and a high near 62, another half an inch of rain possible. Showers continue Wednesday night. They'll last into Thursday and start to taper off Thursday night. They'll be back on Sunday. Have some spotty chances for showers over the weekend, but it looks like it's going to be mostly sunny most of the days, at least Friday and Saturday. Sunday, different story. That's our show for today on NEA Report. So happy to have had you in with us. And if anything gets crazy with the weather, we're going to break back in and we'll let you know what's going on. Make sure you get your phone and see our updates as we go live, and you'll be the first to know. We don't blow your phone up with a bunch of nonsense. I promise you it'll be important if we show back up. Okay? We'll keep a watch on the weather, and we'll let you know if any other breaking news pops up. But in the meantime, again, thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great night here on NEA Report.